Why the side of my screen is pink? Oh, I mean it's harmless, right? This is big. They want something from the city. Why they don't just attack openly? It's plenty concerning statement. Keep her prisoner or something, you know? She woke up very late today. You actually get out? They were like mapping a city? You can accept parallel dimensions at this point. It's the same cloak! So, Akane is evil? Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another episode of Rewrite. Let's continue our story. Last time we've been rejected once more. Like, Kotaro and Kotori both have a lot of patience to this. This is almost kinda weird, you know? Like, even though like Kotaro wants to be with her, she's still like just denying everything, but she kinda wants to. It's I can't get like somehow get over this. Like, this is weird. And also, I had a comment under one of the previous episodes. Thank you, Xa, for her point, because I've been wondering like why this like girl in the black dress been like angry at us and stuff. Yeah, you made a fair point. She helped us, tried to communicate with us, and we kind of tried to block her with Shikigamis, and then we attack her. Makes sense that she's pissed. Yeah. And with that, let's continue. Let's see what the next day is going to bring. I rise early on Sunday. Why you rise early on Sunday? This episode already is weird. I had a good night's sleep. I'm neither sleepy nor exhausted in any way. It's the perfect condition to start something new. Okay, let's do some nerfing. What? What do you mean? I haven't seen many others who abbreviated internet surfing like that. What's nerfing? Is nerfing another name for internet surfing? What? Okay. To start, I text Kotori. Title morning. I managed to get up early. Nerfing so much fun. So much fun. I'm confused. Someone please explain nerfing to me. What does it mean? I need help. The emotions of countless people swirl in the whirlwind that is the internet, as they do every day. Nerfing is like internet surfing? Like, seriously? It's the same? I'm so confused. I check a button. I check a bunch of sites I usually frequent. I like reading unusual news from all over the world. I lean back, spotting special feature article. The town of unidentified animals, Kazamatsuri. Oh, okay. Someone made article about our city. There have been numerous reports of cryptids spotted in the vicinity of this town. Furthermore, the already large number of cryptid-related rumors has spiked in the past few days. Unlike previous reports that usually consist of shadows and blurry pictures, most of the recent ones have very clear-cut and believable information. Interesting! Suddenly cryptids kinda stop being cryptids, you know? They kinda sounds like they're becoming reality at this point to everyone. There also have been multiple corroborating reports from individuals with no connection to one another. First, I'd like you to check this picture. Picture 1A, a silhouette of the small elephant discovered in the forest. Wait, didn't we discover a small elephant in the prologue or something like that? Let me know in the comments if I remember this correctly. Wasn't there something about elephant? I think like there was something about elephants in the game at some point. It looks like an elephant at the first glance, but I'd like you to pause and think about it. We are in Japan. and we are not close to any zoos or anything. I'd like you to pay special attention to the enormous tusks extending from its mouth area. And a little too big for an elephant this size. Not enough frequent elephants sport such large tusks. I throw my upper body on the desk when I see the picture. They got him on film. See? We had it somewhere. Maybe we just heard about this. But I remember like something about elephant. I don't remember when. I would appreciate if you can help me out in the comments of this one. When did we heard about elephant? I cursed the random photographer whose name, I don't know. There's more sighting reports and pictures too. Small mammoths, wooden people, giant insects. Oh, okay, wooden people, yeah. It's a whole parade of unidentified mysterious animals. I tried checking other sites just in case. As expected, lots of people are discussing this on the forums of exciting news sites. Huh. There's countless opinions flying around the boards. A lot of people are volunteering to form cryptid search parties. I'm a bit worried about them barging into our town. Yeah, it kinda feels like your town is going to be like kinda occult oriented tourist place, I guess. Like with a lot of people trying to see these things. Especially when news are not telling you that these are just like unknown stuff and can be just classified as cryptids actually, that no one actually saw and they're just in legends. Like we have like clear pictures here. Also, who made these pictures? The page updates again while I'm lost in thought. Kazamatsuri, mammoth equals pygmy mammoth, okay. Oh damn, these guys don't pull any punches. The Harvest Festival begins today. Oh, it begins today, right, because we had like pre-festival. Right, I don't know why I thought we had festival before. I mean, it was also a festival, but now we have the main event. How do they see it turning into quite the riot? The government outlawing entering the forest might not have been for the best. Though the timing is surely convenient, come to think of it. Okay, right, that's enough. I'm still curious, but I closed my browser. I've decided to live in the real world. I have to say my farewells to cryptids, psychic powers, and Feng Shui. Feng Shui, evil. I shut down my computer and begin preparing to leave. Also, like I said in the previous episode, like, it's kind of weird to me that Kotori doesn't have like anything against occult stuff, like per se. Like, she's willing to help Kotaro doing like shikigamis and stuff, but she disallow Kotaro do this for himself. I'm so confused why. What's the difference? Why Kotaro doing shikigamis is something that he should not do, and Kotori says, oh yeah, I will do this for you. Like, why? If you think about this, like, that makes more sense if she would be like, oh yeah, don't deal with occult anymore, like, you are not getting any shikigamis, you are not doing ones, and I'm not doing them for you too, because occult is bad. And yeah, that would make more sense. Very curious about this one. I'll go out and interview people. Yeah, we have a job, true. I will have some help tomorrow, which will probably make the interviews more like a date, so I figured I should do some serious work while I can. I marked down a few small, bland events that I won't have to worry about competing with other reporters over. Popular events will most likely get enough coverage as it stands, and my pay doesn't change based on the event I cover. As such, it actually makes more sense to go after minor ones. I have the digital camera I borrowed from Kotori. I forgot to ask her how to use it. Well, You just pointed at the direction and click the button. I mean, as the amateur, you don't need like set up lighting or anything. There's no point. Just try to get focus to have image sharp. That's a reply waiting from Kotori by the time I'm ready to leave. Okay, morning. What's nerfing? Thank you for Kotori for asking. I was afraid that everyone knows what nerfing is about outside of me. And we don't get answer. God damn it, Kotaro. Comment section. Click the like button if you like nerfing. Whatever that is. Wow. I can't help feeling overwhelmed. What's up with this crowd? It's surely too many people in one place. The road is reserved for pedestrians use today, but even so, the station is completely filled with people. Interesting. All the restaurants and tents in the area seems full. Most of the pavilions and other establishments offering Harvest Festival fairs and events have lines in front of them. So, this is bigger than usual, it seems. I wonder if this is because of the news. Maybe people already gathering because of the news, and they just like came here to just like discover more cryptids and stuff. I've never seen such a crowd big before, even during previous years. I take a couple of photos. Bunch of other part-time reporters should be working in the area right now, but I'm worried whenever I'll be able to interview anyone under those conditions. I heard those growing wars with every passing year, but the crowd in the central plaza looks like an ocean. Streams not of water, but of people spreading in all directions. There are many people where multiple flows intersect, creating a true labyrinth. Once you enter the crowd, you will automatically get carried to one of the locations. Well, this looks like a floor trap in the video games. The sooner you manage to escape, the better. Or so I thought. But my escape route from the station area is already blocked by other people. And so I'm forced to step on the floor trap. Damn it! I have to jump into one of those streams. And so, I do. Oh god. Like, effects with background in this game are amazing. Like, this is way more, like, much more than like most of the visual novels does. Like, they're playing with the background so much. Shaking it, giving some animations, doing this. This is cool. Okay, I'm carried away just as expected. And I'm back where I started. After cycling around a long path, I end up forced into the same area again. These floor traps are annoying. Oh my god. They never get you where you want to go. Why the side of... Okay, why the side of my screen is pink? Why is that? Is that supposed to be like that? There weren't that many people. How did they warp into this remote spot? I think like this is the sun, right? Like sun is like going from this side, so it's brighter here. I think that's the case. And so I finally managed to reach one of the proper passing areas. By proper I mean that there's still enough space for a person to actually walk despite it being busy. It's a park. It will probably be used by the bunch of events later given its size, but it's relatively calm for the moment. The opening ceremony was probably held here, but it's already over. Some of the staff seems to be busily moving around about the stage, probably preparing for the next event. There are stalls everywhere too, though most of them are still in the middle of the preparing open. They're probably waiting for the next event to start. Smart. Just open early and you are first to be opened. There's nothing to attract people here at the moment, but it's a great place to catch a breath. Everyone's walking at a leisurely pace. Oh, I just stopped talking instantly, like a music stopped working. And I suddenly spot Inoue here. What? Wait. You are back? Weren't you like supposed to change schools? What you doing here and why you have shade in your eyes? That's your usual smile, I guess, but... Okay... Seriously? What? Her lifeless eyes fixate on me. Okay, what is happening? They don't look like they belong to Inoue I knew. It's you, Inoue, right? I'm confused. That's Inoue, yeah. What is happening? It's you, Inoue, from the newspaper club. Our reactions are sluggish. Her, what's up with you? Where is your usual attitude gone? I mean, you're normally all this and that, right?
Grandma?
I'm so confused. What happened to you? Like, did forest PTSD get you that bad? Why are you here? You're supposed to change schools or something. It's called bodacious these days. You're behind times. Interesting.
あなた、誰だっけ?
She doesn't remember us. What are you saying? Want me to call the ambulance?
私、どうしてここにいるの?
Why are you here? Yeah, that's a very good question that I have. Huh. Could it be? Right, I heard you were transferred between a couple of different hospitals. Do you actually have amnesia or something?
この間まで病院にいたけど。
Okay. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe you wasn't supposed to change schools. You were just... You went to the hospital to the other city, I think. So they discharged you and let you come back here with like what it seems to be severe amnesia and total different change of personality? Don't you need some help? Like attendant or something? Like to be around? Like...
どうして知ってるの?
It seems like just right. It's a long story. We used to be rivals, I guess.
ライバル? 変なの?
Yeah, it sure was. She was the one telling everyone that though. Where do you live right now? Ah, no, you don't need to tell me. Maybe it's better to keep that information to yourself. I kinda transferred her to a safe place, so she surely took her amnesia into account as well. It's probably for the best not to tell her anything that she doesn't need to know. You managed to escape to the safe space of a complete outsider. Interesting, because she have amnesia, she have nothing to do with occult. Huh. And that's supposed to keep her safe. Anyway, I'm just a random passerby. Oh. So Kotaro is actually keeping her safe but not revealing that he's her friend. I mean, he kind of revealed that, but he doesn't give like... details. Suzuki Bond, the most unexceptional person in the universe. Great. This is kinda... This is like, first of all, this is weird and also this is sad at the same time. Because we've with her in such a good terms. I mean, like he said, like she called him a rival, and she was fun to talk with and stuff. You know, we never had like really like friend relationship. I guess we just like knew each other, but still, this is kind of sad that she doesn't remember us, and we keep that hidden as well. But she's safe, it seems. That's what counts. I'm so surprised that she's actually here.
特徴的なんだか平凡なんだか
I'm a little extra in the production that is life.
よくわからない
That's fine.
鈴木くん私どうしてここにいるのかな
I have no idea. Did you escape hospital or something? Like, if you are here, then you surely came here by your own, right? Or did someone kidnap you from the hospital and dropped you by here? What happened? No idea. It's a festival, so it's not that strange to see anyone here today.
これなんてお祭り
You forgot that too?
気がついたら電車に乗ってて
Okay, so she woke up in train.
今朝起きてカレンダー見てたら行かないとって思ったの
Okay, so she have like some subconscious memories, basically. Okay, so she subconsciously remembers that, hey, I had to do like a report basically on this event, so I have to go there. I mean, not in that detail, but she remembers like, oh, I should go there. Why? I don't know, but I feel like I should. Huh.
何かしなくちゃいけないってでも何をしたいのか自分でもわからないの
Oh, that's... Her memories might have disappeared, but her habits still remain, yeah. The soul of the reporter is moving her forward. I mean, it's probably safe, right? Like, if you want to keep her safe, like, if this amnesia is keeping her safe from, like, anything occult related, then it should be still safe to tell her that she's a reporter and she came here to write an article about events on the festival. I mean, it's harmless, right? And we'll give her like a purpose basically again, so she's not as confused. It even made her bored. A train semi-unconsciously. The human body can be quite amazing.
そりゃ
Nah, it's nothing. This is Kazamatsuri, and today is the day of the festival.
ひらがなで話すの
No, I mean, it kind of feels like it because... Maybe... It feels like it because we are Kotaro and we knew her, you know? If, like, she was, like, some random girl that we found that probably we will speak differently. But now it's like... We are walking around her, like, around the egg, basically, right? Because we don't know if she will crack or not, or whatever, so Kotaro is kinda trying to keep everything safe and, like, talk to a child because she have amnesia. He doesn't treat her like a random person finding her, or, like, he'd found anyone else.
面白い人だね鈴木くん
Inoue smiles. It's like she became a totally different person. I suddenly feel sad. Yeah, like I said, this is sad actually. Losing memories is a sad thing. I can't believe that Inoue ended up like this. But it's probably for the best to not know anything. Akane's plans would most likely be ruined if she regained her memories. Knowledge of secrets beyond her station would most likely make Inoue into a target for many. I'll show you the way to the station. I think the Harvest Festival is a bit too much for someone just out of the hospital.
それカメラ
Yeah, digital camera. I borrowed it from someone. Even the real deal single lens reflex camera like this is a digital now. Kinda hard to get used to it, huh? I'm pretty sure they were using film when I was a kid.
撮らないのいい絵だと思うけど
Okay. Her subconscious is kicking in again about making photos like, hey, this is a good area, like, we should do a picture of this. Another points at the park and crooks her head. Now that she mentioned it, I agree. That's the image of the leisure park. I mean, it's quite an indescribable beauty. The fact that she can make that call probably means some of the old Inoue skills still remain in her, yeah? Yeah, I still haven't figured out how to use it well. There are so many functions and options. I was planning to take pictures all over to practice today. Also, let me save really fast, because I'm probably going to use her sprite for a thumbnail or something, maybe, because it's going to be something like Inoue's back or something like that, amnesia. But yeah, probably going to cut her out somehow from here. I will see, maybe. And she still remembers how to use it, huh? Yeah, sure. In contrast with her meek attitude, Inoue pretty much restless. Wrestles the camera out of my hands.
F 値は 5.6 シャッタースピードは512分の1これで撮ってみて
Wow! She have a lot of technical knowledge actually still. Okay. I do what she says. It's a digital camera, so I can confirm the quality of the pictures immediately. There's more options when it comes to printing them out, but I can check the raw data at least. Oh, that looks good. The clothes appear kind of gentler and it's easier to an eye.
手前の被写体を背景から強調したいときは F 値をもっと上げればいいし、逆に全体をくっきり撮りたいなら F 値は11まで絞ってもいいと思う。
Okay. Like I said, like, we should tell her that she's a reporter. Come on. Like, this is harmless. Unless... I mean, it's harmless, but... On the other hand, she may start digging into the occult stuff again as the journalist, so... Maybe actually not the best idea to tell her that. Now I think about this.
この構図なら見せたいものが狭いゾーンに集まっているから距離や光量とかの兼ね合いでこのくらいになるのね。あとは経験ね。
Okay. Oh, we're acting just like Inoue there for a second.
私、井上です。
Yeah, like old Inoue. Right.
どんな文字より絵の方が説得力があるからいい記事を。
Inoue suddenly covers her mouth. Huh? What's wrong? Okay, that was weird. Why? Well, she just said article, so... Did she just remember something? About being a journalist? Or... What? She freezes, growing pale. Do you feel sick? Want to sit down on that bench? Oh. The memories from Forest came back or something? Is article the forbidden taboo word for her now? Because she wants to, like, gather material for the article before she disappeared. Inoue begins puking. Ugh. Her stomach seems to have been close to empty. I can barely see any of the usual nasty stuff you find in vomit. I make her lie down on the nearby bench and hand her a wet handkerchief.
ごめんなさい。突然、気
Huh.
分が悪くなって。
That really came out of nowhere. I'm glad we managed to avoid getting your cute new outfit dirty. You haven't fully recovered yet, have you?
退院したばかりだけど、
Okay.
そこまで弱っていたつもりは。
So she actually got released from a hospital. Okay.
なんだろう。何か思い出しかけた気がする。
That's a huge...
そしたらいきなり頭が締め付けられたみたいになって。
Huge PTSD.
思い出しかけたこと、全部飛び散っちゃった。
I wonder if that's some sort of the amnesiac shock.
わからない。お医者様って何も教えてくれないの。
Okay.
実はね、何度もこうやって吐いちゃうの。
Hmm.
思い出そうとするたび、ゲーって。
Okay, whatever happened to her in the forest being extremely bad and terrifying.
胃液で歯がボロボロになったら嫌だな。
I see.
私、あなたと知り合いだったの？
Yeah. I mean, we told you before that we were kinda rivals. So yeah, we knew each other. Like... Yeah. Already answered that question. Nah, I'm just a random passerby. Kotaro, I swear to God, like... Where is this? Where is this? Behind times, ambulance, amnesia. We used to be rivals, I guess. Clearly know each other.
私ね、何かしにここに来たんだと思う。記憶は戻らないけど、それだけは確かなんだ。
I don't think you need to go out of any way to remember. I mean, it's like they say, the future is more important than the past, right? You should focus on living today and tomorrow.
骨が引っかかったみたいなんだけどな。
Okay.
でも、思い出そうとするたびゲーゲーやってたんじゃ大変だものね。
Yeah, you're gonna get a weird nickname if you keep doing that.
ゲル女とか？
Kinda. What about Pororoka? Why? What does it mean?
ちょっと。
You know, I've her eyes and tracks. It looks like she got it. I don't. Does anyone in the comments get it? Can you let me know? Do you get it?
鈴木くんさ。鈴木くん？
Ah, right. Right, that's the name I gave you.
無視しないで。
Oh, I'm sorry, I was spacing out. Right, I'm Suzuki.
最初に入った時。
You know, like something like a small key holder from her bag. Oh?
入ったものの中にこれがあったの。
What? That looks like a memory card. Oh shit. Did she save a pictures that she made by swallowing the data? Holy shit. Oh, this is big. Oh, what's on the card? A storage medium for computers. They're getting smaller, more spacious and cheaper every day. This thing contains more space than an old HDD. It was in your stomach?
病院で入った時だったかな。見つけてすぐに隠したんだけど。
What?
親の方針でパソコンってないらしくて。
This is like a memory card from the photo camera or something that she had. She managed to capture something terrifying and important, and before like anything happened to her, she swallowed it. What? Then, you know, must have brought a bunch of these devices with her. She couldn't have possibly gone on that kind of investigation unprepared. But everything was confiscated when she was found. It's like she had a small laptop among her things. And then she found a memory card inside her stomach. What could that mean? That means there's something extremely important and terrifying on this card. I doubt she ate it because she was hungry. Could it be? Did you hide it on purpose? Yeah. In that desperate situation, she figured that all of her things would be confiscated. And to protect the truth, she concealed it in one place that no one could find. You are pretty hardcore.
これあなたに渡さないといけない気がする。
Interesting. I think we're about to break our promise to Kotori. We're going to go back to the occult stuff. Oh god, what did you saw? I can't take it.
どうして何か知ってるんじゃないの
I do and don't, actually. I mean, that's your achievement.
無理なの。外のパソコンとかで中身を閲覧しようとしたことはあるんだけど、やっぱり今みたいに気分が悪くなっちゃって。
Oh. Oh, so basically you're unable to see what you've made because, yeah, of amnesia and, like, protecting herself. Like, her mind is protecting herself, basically. Itself, actually. Mind itself, yeah. Mind is protecting itself from the trauma that there was before. Okay.
私、その手のことってもう拒否反応が出るみたいなの。自分では調べられないって。
That's... Despite being cried in front of her face, the truth that Tuna had been so obsessed with is now impossible for her to grasp. That's such a cruel outcome. Yeah. She so wanted to do this article and make this out here back with this data, but she couldn't. And now she can't do anything with it. No, Miss Inoue, my situation has kind of changed too. The Occult Research Society has fallen apart. The promise I made to Kotori. The unidentified animals in Kazamatsuri.
多分これで合ってるんだと思う。
Okay.
ほっとしてるから、私、君に渡しに来たんだと思う。
Oh, so you actually now remember the reason why you came here. Never mind then. Okay. Her mind like is working in mysterious ways now. She couldn't remember why she's here, and now she's like, oh yeah, I came here to give it to you. Okay. I won't be able to make any of this public, no matter how amazing the contents are. You will have protected it with your life for nothing.
いいの。
What?
自慢したかったのかも。それが誰か一人でもいい。
Okay.
君、一人でもいい。
Inoue? I feel tears welling up. What the hell is this? She's entrusting me with a scoop that she risked her life to get her hands on. And for nothing. Inoue of all people. It's like... it's like... I'm your rival or something.
きっとね。どんな情報があったのかな。私にはもう思い出せないけど、
Okay.
君が代わりに見てやって。
This is so sad and fucked up and it's weird at the same time. Wow. That sucked that Inoue end up this way. Didn't her ribbons change? She had like red ribbons before? Now she have black ribbons? Wait, I need to check like previous episodes. Early episodes of Inoue. 1 second. Okay, never mind. She always had the black ribbons. My bad. I think like I just feel like she's like looking different because of her outfit, because she doesn't have her like school uniform and just have a shirt with a necktie here. No? Okay. I can't refuse. I take the memory card, I can probably read it on my computer.
すっきりした。
I'm so afraid of touching this. Inoue sits up. Color has returned to her face. You okay?
嘘みたいに体が軽いの。
Okay. Whatever it is on this card. What can... I don't know, my mind cannot comprehend what can be on this card. I literally have no prediction on this. We saw a freaking dragon in the forest. And people like knocking dragon with their foot by just like slamming down by jumping from the trees and throwing knives at it. What else?
やり遂げた感じがする。
I see.
今日や明日のこと、これで考えられそう。
Okay. That's good to hear. A small memory card. I wonder if like we are going... I mean, at some point we will have to tell her that we are not Suzuki, we are Kotaro, right? At some point. That would be weird. If she actually stays here in the school and calls us Suzuki while everyone else talking to us as Kotaro. We still don't know if she will like stay in school because she just got on the train by herself, I guess, when she got dispatched from the hospital, but... A small memory card. Yet it feels like it's made of lead in my head.
じゃあ私帰る。黙って出てきたから今頃大騒ぎになってると思う
Yeah,
の。
okay. Yeah. So she's not staying in school. I see. I'll walk you to the
大
station.
丈夫。もう一緒に行動しない方がいい気がする。
I mean, fair point, to be honest. To be honest, extremely fair point. That we're not supposed to see each other, I assume.
今は誰の注意も引いてないみたいだけど。
Yeah, someone can be in the trees. That's probably what Inu's sharp instincts are telling her. Yes, the situation could get complicated if someone from the organization saw us together. They might assume Inu's memories returned or interrogate her for information. And that also would make it impossible for me to keep my promise to Kotori. It makes sense to split as soon as possible. Inu has no memories, but she still managed to pick the right course of action instinctively. Burning the last embers of her identity is our school's best journeys.
じゃあね、鈴木小太郎くんだっけ？
She freaking remembers us. We said we are Suzuki Bond, and she's like Suzuki Kotaro. She remembers us. Another memory unlocked. Inu smiles as if liberated from heavy chains and walks off. I tried to see her off with a smile, but I'm not sure if I succeeded. As she becomes a dot in the distance, I finally find myself unable to hold back my tears and cast my face down. I'm just as powerless as you. What am I supposed to do with this? I can look at it, sure. What would that be, breaking my promise? I'll just look. That's it. It's like owning Shikigami. You own Shikigami, you are not involved with occult. Looking at pictures is not being involved in occult, right? I mean, if you think about this, this is the same principle, right? You own Shikigamis, and they are using themselves basically by protecting you, so you are kind of involved with them, but Kotori have nothing against this, so having some pictures should be the same, right? Right? We just have stuff. We are not searching for it. I will mark my graduation. I will mark my graduation from the occult. There's no way I can continue looking for things for my article today. I stand up and hurry home. Okay. I check the memory card immediately after stepping through the door. Okay. I really want to end the episode here, but I have a feeling like I should continue. I have a feeling like I should continue. It will end like soon. We are going to end the day or something. Okay. It had a bunch of text files and pictures. So her article, I guess. They look disorganized and piled in the same folder. Oh, did she like swiped all the articles and stuff and just slammed this into the one folder? Like record this on the memory card and just swallow everything? You know? So it's just like mess of the backup data. She didn't have time to organize it. A lot of pictures are failures. Some only have trees, others are just the night sky. Then a close-up of the ground from whence she probably fell. None of them are even properly focused. Huh, was she doing pictures while running or something? A couple are just white with nothing in them. And then there's some that have monsters in them. Okay. The black hounds I ran into multiple times. Well, shit. How did she survive? She took those pictures from quite far away. Naturally, otherwise the hounds would have spotted her. Okay, makes sense. This is amazing. I should have expected nothing less. Was this the first time you saw monsters? I'm impressed she didn't just run away in terror. It's hard to believe those pictures were taken by the lone girl in the dangerous forest. And it's not just one picture that could contains monsters. This one and this one. An enormous snake that couldn't possibly exist in Japan. Shadow of an animal that's obviously different from anything naturally living in our forests. Giant insects. A slender silhouette gliding across the sky. Jesus, she saw a dragon! There are a lot of monsters I haven't seen before. Just how many of them are there? All of these passed a relatively tiny area in a relatively short amount of time. It's almost like a parade of 100 demons. Why is in the capitals? Is this like a reference to some kind of movie or something? Anyone knows in the comments? I can't help but be astonished by Inu's guts and her photography skills. Why did she even consider someone like me her rival? Okay, also, so far, it's not anything like extremely terrifying or stuff. It's just like things that we saw basically before. It's been terrifying for her, so I guess yeah, like, we kinda knew like supernatural may exist because we have like this like weird power system here that Kotaro been aware of. But yeah, for Inu, I guess like it's been such a huge shock with everything that she just cannot look at this. But this is not just a huge deal for us per se, you know? Okay. Why did she even consider someone like me her rival? I opened the text file. That's a record of the time she's been missing. Parts are extremely disordered, reflecting the outer state of mind at that moment. She's listing everything she discovered on the way. I scanned through the key points. Discovered a group of unidentified animals. Large number in the forest. I guess undiscovered animals? Some possess shapes unlike any animal I know, possibly low. But then what? Assessment reserved. And there are specimens that cannot be perceived. X. You cannot see them, but you can feel and hear them. They also show up in pictures. They can fool human eyes, but not machines. Interesting! The reference image. A large boar-like silhouette. Two large tusks in the front stand out. Oh! This is the thing from the article! So people cannot find it unless it's like from photograph? Oh shit! Do they possess highly evolved level of mimicry like chameleons? It doesn't seem that way. Must assume a peculiar phenomenon. Some of the unidentified animals sometimes just disappear. Did I just lose sight of them? There are humans accompanying them. The reference image. A robed man walking next to the black hound. Yeah. She saw everything. Are they controlling the unidentified animals? Like Beastmasters? Many parties involved. The reference image. Robed man discussing something in the forest. The unidentified animals are too varied to belong to some same species. Are all of them under human control? What's their goal? And identity? Yeah. Terrorism? Cult activities? Yeah, like, what do, like, people that can, like, command, like, monsters? Do they, like, command the dragon as well? Or dragon is a separate entity? Can they command this thing? The unidentified animals can roughly be split into two groups. 1. Those that look like existing animals, just larger, like the dogs. 2. Those that share no similarities with living animals. Most are immensely large and appear ferocious. Biological weapons? Nonsense. Judgment suspended. Record of first night. 23:17. I had to give up on making my way back today. I messed up. I got too distracted. Okay. This is the first day when she haven't come back. I did the one thing that I shouldn't have in nature. I have no idea where I am. I suppose I could accurately label myself a missing person. I feel energetic, just a little tired. I decided to camp here. I never expected the mountain climbing skills I learned from the dad would come in handy in a place like this. I have 4 days worth of food. I shouldn't have anything to worry about for a while. She took 4 days worth of food. Wow. She's been prepared for everything. Will I be able to sleep in the forest full of unidentified animals? It doesn't look like they have an idea I am here so far, but I can let my guard down. I would expect as much, but my phone isn't working. I ordered a high-precision communication device, but it didn't arrive in time. But if I miss this chance, the forest will no longer be easy to access under the new regulations. Oh, she knew about the regulations beforehand. The scope I got my hands on today is like nothing I've seen before. I got so excited, I missed my window to go back. And as the result, I ended up stranded like this. I feel like I've been separated from civilization. I'm scared, but I also feel fulfilled. I'm well aware I'm a weirdo. Every single picture I took today is astonishing, and people are involved. No matter what angle you look at this from, this is something big. Is this a government conspiracy? Yeah, right, I'm starting to sound like Tennoji. Nice. That said, the scope is definitely dangerous. A very large organization seems to be behind us. Yeah. What organization? What's their plan? These are like the main points right now, I guess. Yeah, we still like don't know like how these monsters appears and stuff, but if they're controlled, then the organization itself is the bigger problem. So I have some bad guys trying to do something. But what? I don't know. Like, dominate the world, like the most cliche thing ever? Probably not. And it's only in the vicinity of this like forest here in the Kazamatsuri. Something in this forest, they want something from the city. Huh. Why do they need monsters for this? What do they want? Why they don't just attack openly? Are they gathering something? Hiding for some, like, special occasion to attack? What is happening? I only saw from distance, but I'm sure their methodology is deft and careful. There's no way they're not aware of how much attention Kazamatsuri gets from the world. And they're hiding and plotting right beside it. It's so nonsensical it borders on comedy. Yet, nonetheless, they haven't been discovered yet. I'm scared. They have to quite a bit of influence to sweep all this under the rug. They are nothing if not through. I imagine I have to consider the idea they are not beyond killing those they wished to silence. A possibility I would have laughed at before, but not anymore. I don't know if I will be able to announce those findings to the public. My life may be in danger. That said, I'm not the kind of woman that can just abandon my investigation. I took the possibility of spending the night here into account, and I haven't told my parents anything about it. That suck. So you just like went outside of home and just like went to the forest without telling anyone where you're going? My resolve is the real deal. But I didn't come here to kill myself either. Currently my main goal is to come back alive. Tomorrow, I will try cycling around Mount Kuno and aim for the old forest road. So she went with the bike because she said like she will try... Oh, not cycling, circling. My bad, okay. It cuts through the very large area. So as long as I follow it, I will come out to some village eventually. Aiming for the river is also an option, but it's an unexplored area like this. I'm too worried about ending up in the swampy area. Besides, most of the unidentified animals seems to stick by the river too. Very interesting observation. So these monsters are the reason why this river is so polluted that we saw before? Why would they do this to river? I'm so confused. I have more questions than answers now. Even more questions. Some may have been using it to travel. Those unidentified animals. There's no point in beating around the bush any longer. Unidentified is not the best word to describe them. There's a much more apt one. Monsters. Or mutants or demons or whatever you like. I'll call them monsters myself. Okay, thank God. It's easier to pronounce. This is a monster forest. Inoue. That was quite a mind-blowing report. The scrupulously marked the days she's been stranded. I continue to read. Yeah, if this would go to public, everything would go to shit probably. Like her article and pictures basically proves like there's some secret organization going on with monsters and stuff. She have like full like diary article written with her own thoughts while also having a photo proof basically of everything. Because if that would be only text, some people would say like, whoa, she just went crazy and just like talk nonsense. I continue to read. Second day morning. I woke up at 6:15 and aimed for the escape route. I decided to dispose of dead batteries and other unnecessary items in the forest. As much as it pained me, I left my handy video camera behind. It would be nice if I could return and retrieve it at some point. I'm keeping my camera and laptop though. Oh. So in the forest there's another camera buried somewhere that we may find. Interesting. I consumed some of my rations. Did you know there are no toilets in the forest? Yeah? It's a world outside the boundary of civilization. I love civilization. Oh, civilization, I miss you so much. Mainly a kotatsu, the internet, a working phone, and a music player. Fair points. A crafty guy like myself will surely be able to come back from this alive. Yeah, you came back alive, but kinda you forgot who you are. I walked with faith. I left at 7:15. Okay. Inoue locked everything. The length of this text file is overwhelming. It doesn't seem like she ran into more monsters, though she found traces of many. Okay, what's the end of this article though? When she stopped reporting? That's the important question. When did something happen actually? Damaged tree trunks, footprints, large animals left lots of tracks as they moved. Inoue continued to take pictures and log her discoveries even as she planned out her escape route. Her text still retains a calm vibe, and with her sharp insights, it sounds like something I'd expect from Inoue. But there's simply too much of it. It feels unnatural after reading it for a while. She's probably using she was probably using writing to calm herself down. Stranded deep in the thick forest, unable to use her phone and pinpoint her location. The foliage of the creepy overgrown trees blocked out the light. The forest would remain dark even during the day. And on top of that, the darkness was pregnant with the presence of monsters. There were no walls to protect her, or sheets to keep her warm. She was all alone with no weapons. The record of the truth. It both fulfilled Inu's goal and became the one thing that maintained her sanity. Second day night, 21:12. I'm still alive. I was unable to find the old forest road. When someone writes, I'm still alive, this means they are actually in some trouble, you know? It's been one day. She already knows that, like, she may not make it, out. You would not put this. It would be like 21:12, second night, something like this. Not I'm still alive. This is ominous as hell. I was unable to find the old forest road. Instead, I discovered a place fit for camping and decided to cut the search short. I should have stopped earlier. It's impossible to see everything here once the sun goes down, and I'm unable to use the flashlight due to the possibility of attracting monsters' attention. I'm exhausted beyond belief. I should have made camp at 7 or 8 at the least. I'm losing stamina, as well as my rations, at incredible rate. I can't even say I feel hungry. I can just feel when my energy drains. I was trying to eat the least amount possible to keep me going, but it never felt like enough. I've got to go to sleep to conserve my energy. What are those monsters anyway? Saying how they're being controlled by humans? Could they have been genetically engineered? Maybe? Who the hell knows? Who could do such a thing? Let those things stay in movies, people. It's so ridiculous that I can barely believe my own record. I'm saying words like unverified or a judgment reserved all over my notes. Are they throwbacks from my Cambrian explosion? From the Cambrian explosion, where the world was full of those widely shaped animals? What's the Cambrian explosion? Someone in the comments, do you know? Can you let me know? Help. Is this some sort of the new evolutionary path or... Okay, third day morning. I woke up at 5:24. I was shocked to wake up and realize I was in my room. I spent a long time petrified and unable to accept reality. That's not a good sign. My mental state is starting to give out. Yeah. Like I said, I'm still alive. It's plenty concerning statement. I thought I was used to this kind of thing, but that's exceeded my training and expectations. Food, a toilet, at least I managed to secure water and lightly wash myself in the nearby river. Hygiene? Yeah, right. That was the last of my concerns now. I would rather come back from this place alive and die from waterborne illness in the hospital than any of the alternatives. In any case, I have to find my escape route no matter what today. I need to come back and get lectured by my parents. Yeah. Third day night. Yep, that's when she's like going to start breaking down probably because she still didn't find any way out. 1917, I'm still alive. My feet hurt, I probably shouldn't walk anymore today. Anxiety made me hurry my steps, which ended up straining my feet. It hurts like hell. It would be end of me if I ended up spraining an ankle. I have to rest for tonight. I still couldn't find the escape route. On top of that, unable to bear the strain of isolation, I ended up falling into panic at one point. It probably went on for about 10 minutes. I ran all over half of my wits, and I ended up losing some of my equipment. It was A very regrettable action. I managed to preserve my food supplies, but I lost my hat, extra batteries, and the map. Well, that sucked. I was saving those batteries for the flashlight in case of emergency. My laptop and camera use special batteries that I kept in the separate bag, and I still have a lot of them left. For now, all I can do is write this down. Pretty fitting for the journalist, I suppose. Damn it. If I happen to see one of those robed men tomorrow, I call them Beastmasters, I will have to consider the possibility of surrendering. I don't know if that's the safest option, but if I keep this up, I might seriously lose my mind. And if you surrender, like, so she may think that by surrendering basically to them, they may keep her safe, like, capture her, keep her prisoner or something, you know? But she will be safe and with, like, some people, actually. I want to go home. I want to go back to school. I don't care if Tennoji makes fun of me. I want my normal life back. Dad. 4th day morning. Woke up, 4:47. I didn't sleep too well. I still feel exhausted. I instinctively opened my eyes as soon as the sun peeked through the foliage above. I feel like I'm getting hypersensitive. If there's even the slightest hope, my mind ends up obsessing over it, to the extent my other thought process freeze. I really hope I won't have another panic attack. I ate some of my supplies. There's barely any normal food left. I'm seriously reaching dangerous territory here. I've heard that you can survive on a single bar of chocolate for days, if you stay still and wait for rescue. I spent some time massaging my legs and settled again. My feet hurt. I feel anxious. At the moment, I really want to pray to someone. I desperately want something to cling to. What about God? I'd love to pray to the patron deity of journalism. But who would it be? Do we have one? I will look up if I come back alive. Oh my god. 4th day night. This is actually terrifying reading this. You can see like how she's like getting more and more desperate, and her mind actually losing her mind and hope every single day. And we started looking for her after like 2 days, I think. I think we skipped Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. Wait, yeah, I think it was after 3 days, because she's went on Sunday, then there was Monday, Tuesday, and we started talking to people on Wednesday, I think, or Tuesday, and then they did like 2-day research, I think. 2-day search party until Friday, I think. Not sure exactly, you can remind me in comments. 1909, I'm still alive. I couldn't find a good spot for camping, but I can't move anymore. I've got no energy left. I encountered some monsters, they found me, they attacked me. Oh! I ran desperately and ended up here. It seems I managed to shake them off somehow. I'm doing my best not to cry. They might find me if I make any sounds. I'm writing this to suppress my instincts to scream. I think those monsters are generally controlled by the Beastmaster, but I couldn't spot one. In any case, they definitely intended to kill me. The one who attacked me was a creepy type that didn't look like an animal I knew. I suddenly felt an impact on my back. I checked it. It had torn my backpack. Oh. It got shredded by something like a sharp claws. It seems like I dropped most of my things I had in it, which means most of my supplies are gone. I only kept my laptop and camera since they were in that different bag. Quite ironic, isn't it? Now I really can't do anything but right. Out of food, I only have 1 bar of chocolate left that was at the bottom of my bag. It was a good call to stick it so deep that I couldn't easily take it out, so that I would save it for the emergency. I ate half of it. It's not even about meals anymore, I just need nourishment. The sweetness I hadn't tasted for a while struck me with the violence of a hurricane. My chances aren't the best. I'm well aware of that. I don't mind dying. Oh, Jesus! But I wish I could at least do that within civilization. What do you mean you don't mind dying? You are like... I don't know how old they are. Actually. I don't think like we ever had their ages. They're high schoolers, right? So like 17, 18... Something around ages from like 16 maybe. Actually 17, 18, something like that. Maybe 16. I'm not sure. I wouldn't care if it was a disease or an accident. It would surely feel much more relieved if I was allowed to pass within the clamor of people. I want to waste away in some forest in the middle of nowhere. Just who in the hell had the idea to ascribe a gentle motherly image to nature? It's total unimaginable nonsense. Nature is cold and cruel like a machine. Gaia Fury, was it? Mother Earth? Yeah, right. Mothers don't eat their own children. Jesus! But nature does. It's a cruel system that cycles through life and death like a plaything. The life of individual means next to nothing here. I'm cold. I didn't drop my sleeping bag, but it got shredded along with the bag. I tried sleeping in it, but it's simply too cold with the holes. Could someone come and save me already? Yeah, right. I really messed up this time. I really did. Really did. Okay, 5th day. 12, 17 apparently. Wow. She woke up very late today. When did I fall asleep? When did I wake up? I don't remember either. When I come to, I was wandering the forest, dragging the shredded sleeping bag behind me. Oh my god. I quickly turned back, but I couldn't find my camp anymore. Not like I had any supplies left, anyway. I was lucky and consciously brought the sleeping bag with me, of all things. Or maybe it was just a part of me that didn't want to accept reality, and also you took your laptop apparently. There was still sunlight at that time. It relieved me. It made me feel better to think I shared this warm sky with someone in the city. It felt like we're connected. That's the time that I usually feel the calmest. That said, when I looked around me, there was nothing but darkness. The thick foliage emerged above me, making the entire place look like it was full of tunnels. Some of them were pitch black inside, so merely passing through stressed me out. I couldn't even tell which direction I was walking anymore. There's only one single piece of chocolate left in my bag. It looks like I ate most of it when I wasn't in my right mind. The human mind works in the most unpredictable and terrifying ways in extreme conditions. I wish I could at least have savored the taste of what would probably be my last meal. I'm treating the last piece like a charm. If I eat it, my last support will be gone. I will have nothing left. I looked at my sleeping bag and wondered if I could use it to hang myself. Holy sh... Oh my god! I was already looking for easy ways to die. Oh, Jesus! That goes dark. That goes dark really fast. I realized my legs were hurting and checked over myself. I need to see most of my blisters had popped. I also apparently cut my heel since it was bleeding. Quite the condition I'm in. It happened because one of my socks got fried and my heel came in direct contact with the shoe. And of course, I don't have any spares with me. I wrapped the remaining shreds of my sock around my wound for some emergency treatment. This will probably be my last record. I will eat the last piece of chocolate after this and challenge myself one last time. I will walk until I can't anymore. Next time I stop, it will probably be the end of me. If I die, I'd like someone to read this. It's not necessarily my journalism spirit talking. I just want someone to understand how I felt, even after I pass away. Everyone? Yuki, Tamako, Yuka, my beloved fellows, all women of the boundless curiosity. Dad, Mom. As for the boys, I don't know many. Now that I think about it, Tennoji is about the only one. Well, whatever. Even Tennoji will do. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everything. I pray that this record finds its way to one of you. Well, I won't be able to move when it becomes dark. It should be 3 to 4 hours until sunset. I will see how far I can walk with my bleeding feet. This is probably goodbye. Holy Jesus, this goes so dark. And so the record reaches its last part. The last. You know, it said this would be her last record, but it still continued. Okay. The text suddenly changes. Emergency. Okay. Oh, I can't believe it. What is this? We need to call an urgent meeting. Okay. By some stroke of luck or a miracle, I managed to get out of the force. You actually get out? How come you didn't... What? Also, I probably record 2 episodes, by the way. Probably this story is a separate episode. Or I will just do extra 2-hour episode, because why not? I mean, that will be faster to end, right? I glimpse buildings through the trees as I climbed the hill. The relief I felt was unmatched by anything I've experienced so far in my life. Wait. Okay. I began screaming out of joy. I probably would have died there, and then if it turned out to be hallucination, I was saved. I rushed to the city, completely forgetting the pain in my feet. It wasn't as close as I first thought, but I ran, mastering the last of my strength. The adrenaline made me invincible for a moment. In any case, I finally reached a nostalgic place where I was surrounded by the concrete buildings, not trees. But it wasn't the city. Okay. It only looked like that from the distance. From up close, you can instantly tell. It was like someone tried imitating our city by sculpturing it out of stone. What? I have so many questions about this. Who's doing this? How detailed it is? Is this supposed to be like a map of the city in 3D? What is happening? Where did you find this? The reference image, weird architecture. I almost thought it was some sort of attempt at public art. I think that's how most large art projects are labeled. But that was too big even for that. There's no way anyone could have had resources or time to recreate the whole city. Like, it must be craved in like a mountain or something. How detailed it is? Is this like actually huge craving from the stone that is like actually the size of the city? So you're just like walking on the streets and you have like stone buildings around you? That's insane. And on top of everything, it had no people. You couldn't spot anyone in the streets or inside the buildings. There's even insides of the buildings? Who made this? It was so easy to walk on an actually paved road, but that was about it. The water fountain I found in the park was completely non-functional as it is. As it too was clumsily sculptured from stone. Whoever made this must have like spied on the city or live in the city or something. Because they needed to know how the city looks. For like detailed looks of it, like a water fountain. Like someone must have like walked through this and see this fountain to make it. It's not like they showed like from like one perspective from the outside from the forest. Someone must have been like walking through. Actually, wait, they are walking through the city. I think now I think about this. We saw the like robed man in the city before. So they were traveling through the city to make this like map sculptural thing. They were like mapping a city? For what reason? After a few hours of walking and looking, I finally realized I hadn't been saved. This place had no electricity, water or gas. It had no shops or even people. I borrowed a random house and rested there. And it had like totally functional insides. They were walking inside houses and like capture them inside. What? Also, how long would it take? Are they like having like whatever plan they have for like centuries now? It's not like they can build this in like a week. It was almost 20. It's so weird. This is so weird. It was still bright. Actually, now that I think about it, I couldn't even see the sun. But it was bright. The sky was covered in clouds, yet it was bright enough to read a book with no help from artificial light. Given the reason, it should have been pitch black by then. Did I finally go out of my mind? What would this end up in my last place I saw? It was just my luck to discover such a mystery on the verge of expiring. It felt awful to die without solving it, but well, maybe not as awful as expiring all alone in that evil forest. I'll briefly investigate this place. Sorry, but I'm not quite done with my record yet. I saw someone. Oh. It was someone in robes, okay. The weird people who seems to use monsters to their bidding. They passed right by me as I was making my last record. And they had one of those black hounds monsters with them. It must have been very well trained, so it calmly walked right beside its master. Those might be monsters too, but they at least looked like dogs. I've already developed quite a smell by now, so I decided to keep moving. I snuck into a stone building, and I'm not continuing my record. I probably escaped the worst for now, but my thoughts are scattered. What should I do now? What kind of situation do I find myself in? Hypothesis 1. I am dreaming, and I'm in Alice in the Wonderland. Hypothesis 2. Everything is hallucination, and I'm still Alice in the Wonderland. Hypothesis 3. Is this the afterlife already? That would be a bit too dramatic. Hypothesis 4. I have gone mad. And no explanation for this. Hypothesis 4 sounds more likely. A city of a robed man existing somewhere in the middle of the forest. Yeah, kinda crazy. It loomed in the grey and heightless world, whose sky was permanently covered by clouds. Nothing makes sense. Am I actually underground? Maybe that could explain... Nah, not really. A large underground space like this couldn't exist. And it was both too complicated and most importantly, it didn't make sense to recreate our city like this. Lead, mysterious grey city concealed in the parallel dimension. Yeah, right. No way. I can just accept the existence of the parallel dimensions like this. You just saw monsters. You can accept parallel dimensions at this point. When I checked the city one more time through the third floor window, I managed to get there via staircase. I spotted some men in robes again. At the moment, I'm thinking whenever I should continue running or surrender. I'm sure the time to make the decision will come soon. Well, surrendering probably makes the most sense. It gives me a chance to survive. As long as they don't kill me on spot. So basically she's thinking like, I'm going to die from starvation and madness, or I may survive, or die from being killed by the monster. Yeah, surviving kinda feels like a better option now, because it can give you like at least a chance at this point. Just in case, I will copy this record to the external memory card. Good call. I will swallow it in the case of like confiscate my equipment. I leave the decision to what to do with this to the person who finds it. It's dangerous lead, so better tread carefully. Throwing it away is an option. If you are reading this, Tennoji, then I am willing to admit my defeat. The occult is real, I think. That's where the record ends. Okay, so we don't know if she actually went to surrender or not, but probably she did. So... I wonder what happened then. Did they actually captured her and they got... So, we had search party. Okay, this robed man must be somehow connected to someone that we know, basically, from the main characters, basically. You know, like Akane, Shizuru, Lucia, because they're weird. And maybe mostly to Akane? Because Akane has been the one who like transferred Inoue to different hospitals, so I assume like she surrendered. They took her like as a prisoner or something, or didn't kill on spot at least. And they informed maybe someone, and Akane get to know this, and then she transferred Inoue to safety, basically, to the hospital. Is that kind of like connected to this robed people? If you if you think about this, wait, hold on a second. I need to cut and see one of my first episodes. You remember how we met Akane? First, when she was like a witch of the occult class, she was wearing a robe. Was it the same robe? Wait, hold on a second. Let me just check one of the previous first episodes. Okay, I'm back, and I'm probably going to put like 2 pictures somewhere on the screen. One is going to be for my playthrough when we met Akane finally, and one is going to be some random guy in the cloak that we found on when we first got attacked by the dog. These are the same cloaks. They even have the same gems. She's one of them. So she's with the organization that is like commanding monsters and attacking us, and yet she keep us safe. And she wasn't safe as well from them, if you think about this too. But so she saved Inoue because she got. Anyway, it's the same cloak. Maybe coincidence. I don't know. Might be. That she just have the same cloak. Why not? But I don't believe it. I think she's one of them. I have so many questions now. Why she behaved like that so far? If that's the case. I don't know how I never realized that. This is like equivalent of me not realizing that in this era like a cross changed. I'm going to go into more, but a cross changed during the gameplay, and here is the same outfit that I didn't realize that. Huh, Okay. I guess that we have, like... We can assume that's the establishment now, that Akane is with the evil cloak guys. So, Akane is evil? What? Okay. That's where the record ends. I take a deep breath. I was so immersed that I forgot to breathe. This is amazing. It's not a fiction, it's a log from someone my age. It's very heavy. Definitely most significant lead I've ever seen. And it just had to fall into my hands after I graduated from the occult. I was sticking her nose in some pretty nasty business. She didn't surrender, did she? From the sound of the last record, it seems like she was still willing to fight. She really was quite something. And calling the city grey actually perfectly described. Huh. It suddenly occurs to me that I've actually been there. What? It's the same place where both Inu and I have been. What? Every characteristics overlaps. Huh? In which case it means my experiences weren't dreams or hallucinations either. What do you mean? What? Okay. Explain. What do you mean you've been there? Men in robes, or MIR, kind of like the MIR from the stories of the occult. Also, by the way, this is probably a reference to Men in Black. MIR, MIB. Yeah. I've seen them before too. Yeah, we've seen these guys, but we haven't been in the Grey City. What do you mean? And the monsters, of course. Everything overlaps. It's the same. Unable to keep still, I stand up from my chair. The roads we took were obviously different, but we ended up in the same place. Leaving the question of whether it's parallel dimension or not, a place with our circumstance characteristics definitely exists somewhere in the vicinity of Kazamatsuri. Or rather, it exists on its other side. The occult is real, I think. I feel the hair on the back of my neck, stand on end from my intellectual frenzy. But what do I do now? I'm neither a journalist nor a defender of justice, and I don't know if those MIR are bad or good. I don't know. Actually, I would assume bad because they pretty much wanted to murder us when they just see us. So I would assume bad, but that would make Akane bad, which I don't like. Why would I have to assume that Akane is bad? I don't want that. From the record, it sounded like there were quite a few of them, so they definitely must be organized. If I assume them to be bad guys, an average high schooler like myself severely lacks the means to actually fight them. Curiosity killed the cat, as they say. I probably shouldn't get involved. That's probably exactly what Kotori was worried about. I mean, parallel dimensions, monsters, conspiracies. That's way beyond me. That would be a different story if they ended up kidnapping Kotori or something, I guess. Speaking of which, the tribune woman walked off into the forest. Right. Would she be okay? I mean, you said before that she feels like a god or something, and also she's a ghost. So, yeah, I would say ghost in the forest is like going to be fine. Now I'm worried. As my former arch enemy, I'm worried for her safety. Maybe I should check on her real quick. Yeah, that would be the most humane thing to do. What? You're going to the forest after the thing that you fought that is going to hurt you? I mean, we know, like, you attacked her without actually reason. That's why she's mad. But, yeah, also, Forest. Yeah. No. I'm just fooling myself. Why do I possess such a zealous sense of curiosity? Monsters, am I the Grey City? I can get them out of my mind. It's not like an irresistible force is attracting me to them. I turn off the computer and take out the memory card. I play with it between my fingers for a bit and toss. Throw it into the trash bin. Okay, so that's his decision. That's got nothing to do with me. I mean, it still exists, you didn't destroy it, so someone may find this if you think about this. Especially if, like, someone was actually watching your meeting with Inoue, maybe they saw you getting something from her, and they may, like, break into your house and try to find it. That's a possibility. I'm sorry, Inoue. You risk your life to relay this to me, but I won't be able to pick up the button. I sever my final attachment to the case. Or so I hope, at least. It will probably take some time for that kind of decision to sink in. I really want to see her face right now. Kotori. Okay. I ring her bell multiple times, but she doesn't come out. Okay, where is she? It's Sunday. She's probably enjoying the Harvest Festival with her family. Oh, makes sense. I let out a sigh. Unrequited feelings always hit you hard. I'm very curious if, like, I will have to see after I finish this, because I'm still recording this. This is my same recording session. I don't know how long I've recorded. Maybe I will just make 2-hour episode. I don't know. But maybe I will just make cut just when we get home back and read her journal. Maybe that's where I will cut, but I don't know. I'll see. Unrequited feelings always hit you hard. Will I ever grow as close to Kotori as I've been hoping? I don't feel like doing any more low-key journalism after letting go of such a huge lead. To Comeback Kotori. Title now. Where are you? I'm in front of your house. I wait for a while, but I receive no response. What should I do? I feel like spacing out. As such, I head to the nearby hardware store. I have to calm myself down by looking at the hammers and drills. When I come to, I realize I have an entire tool set on my table. Okay, you just like made actually some shopping here. It's perfect for trekking through the forest. Oh, you just subconsciously took some things that you could be good for like forest walking. Are you really going? Why? Why did I consciously buy such unnecessary items? There's seriously something wrong with me. Yeah, don't go there alone. What the hell am I planning to do? In my heart, I flip a table. I won't go to the forest. There's some things in Inoue report that I simply can't ignore. Her passion has infected me. I'm under its spell. But what would I do, even if I went there? Didn't I swear not to chase after two hearts? Calm down. I have no particular attachment to Kazamatsuri's secret. I was simply inspired by Inoue journalist's spirit. My normal life is much more important than this. My peaceful days with Kotori. But Kotori won't accept my feelings. Oh, we are going to this. Oh, wow. Wow. I wonder if he's going to tell this to Kotori or something at some point. Like, you know why I did the occult? Because you didn't accept me. Oh my god, this sounds awful. Oh, that sounds awful. That truth sears my brain. A mixture of anger and frustration wells up inside me. Good thing she didn't answer her phone. I won't be able to hide my frustration if we talk now. You know, a report set me off, and now I can't calm down. I try going outside. The cold air might help cool my head. An hour walk should be enough to make me switch gears. Oh, hi? Some random university student, okay. A mixed gender group that looks like a bunch of university students address me. Yes? They're wearing traditional hats and emblems. Obviously tourists. Okay. Oh. Okay, so these are probably the people that read the articles and want to find cryptids and stuff. Okay. I mean, we know probably where's the road to the forest, right? But the forest is off limits right now, so we can just tell them that. Right? Like, I don't think like this is anything weird that they ask this. If they're tourists. But we should tell them probably that, hey, you know what? Like, government actually made the forest inaccessible. Like, recently. So, yeah. Sorry. The forest? Are you looking for cryptids or something? I should have known people like that start showing up. Yep.
すっごいブームなんだよね。そうそう。ネット界の話題になりっぷりって超すごいよ。俺たちミステリー研究サークルなんだけどさ。こりゃぜひ一度聖地巡礼しないとって思ってね。
So we have our occult research society and they have mystery research circle. Okay.
ちょうどお祭りやってたし、来やすかったよね。
めちゃ混みだったけどさ。
Excited university students begin talking among themselves. I'm sorry to rain on your parade, but the forest has been closed to the public. Yep, thank you, Kotaro. The university students chuckle. Yeah, could expect that.
君高校生？ノリ悪いね。もっとアップしてかなきゃダメでしょ。人生楽しめないよ。真面目すぎるって幸せになる権利を放棄してるってことだから。
そうそう。バカやれる友達作らなきゃ。
Yeah, the problem is my friends are all gone and one of them seems to be with bad people. Though she helped us and she saved Inoue. But seems like the organization is evil. So I'm confused as hell. Friends to mess around with. I used to have people like that. There are wild animals in the forest. It's seriously dangerous right now. Even the locals are keeping their distance.
でもここまで来てお祭りだけってのは寂しいな。案内しろとは言わないから場所だけでも教えてよ。
No, I would really advise against it.
もうノリ悪い。
And go and ask someone else. I don't want to have nothing to deal with this. Unable to stand her irritation, one woman lets out cry. It took so little to make her snap that I almost laughed. Sorry.
ごめんね。うちの女子ってちょっとテンション良すぎてさ。そうそう。少しでも相性がマッチしないともう即座に切り捨てるから。大変よ俺らも。
Ah, I see. I'm generally not too bad at joining in with high-spirited vibes like this, but I feel like I'm dealing with an entirely different culture here. You're gonna be in trouble if you get lost in the forest with no gear.
そんなことありえないから。もういいよ、こんなやつ。行こう。
Yeah, a lot of people think that. Good day to you too.
あらら、うちのお姫様がお怒りだ。ごめんね、君。
The university students walks off, making a lot of noise. I hope they don't decide to go too deep, just for the hell of it. Yeah. I walk around for a while. The Harvest Festival technically covers the entire town, but there's very few attractions in the residential district. With everyone out celebrating elsewhere, it feels like a ghost town. It makes me think of earlier today, about the monsters, the parallel world and the forest. Maybe this town isn't as peaceful as I thought. Yeah, you think? I still haven't received a response from Kotori. I try calling her. It doesn't go through. Huh. Interesting. I hear a message that her number isn't currently reachable. Okay, so either her battery died, which is possibility, or she got trapped in that different dimension, like we did sometimes in school, for example, and others and other places. I return to her house. I have a bad feeling. Yeah, not only you. I ring the bell multiple times, but there's no response. Damn it. This doesn't feel right. And my intuition tends to be on the mark in situations like this. I don't want that to be the case this time, but... Oh, Chibimov! I only hear his voice. Chibimov? I hear rustling in the bushes in Kotori's yard. Wait, he's outside. But I can't see him anymore. Damn. I start running. Okay, I approach the back alley. So we went after Chibimov, and we'll see what's in the back alley next time. So Chibimov is like directing us probably towards the place where we can find Kotori. So maybe Kotori got kidnapped by the people with the ropes. Also, wait, so is it possible that the girl that's like we basically chased out that helped us, right? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Who's with the people with ropes? Is she with the people with ropes too? But then why would she help us? Same with Akane. If she's with the people with ropes, why would she help us? What's the purpose of the people with ropes having monsters? And if that's the case, like, that would make sense, I guess, to kidnap Kotori, kinda. If you think about this, if like the space girl, I guess, with black outfit, ghost girl thing, like got like warded off because of the Shikigami that Kotori made, and she's with the people with the cloaks, then she would arrange that so Kotori get kidnapped, so she cannot make more Shikigamis for Kotaro, so she can like visit him freely. You know? And now Chibimov is like trying to show us the way where like Kotori is like captured or something. I don't know. I don't even know if this is one episode or multiple. Probably multiple, but who knows. Maybe it's just one long ass episode. Anyway, thank you for watching. I have a lot of answers. Very little, if none of the... Actually, yeah, none of the answers, but a lot of questions. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. A lot of questions. And what happened to Inoue is just terrifying. Jesus. That was heavy. But yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope I will remember to put the screenshots I was talking about and stuff. And yeah, thank you for joining. I'll see you in the next one. So leave up a like if you liked the episode. So click that like button, subscribe for more, check my Discord and become a member if you would like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again. And for Pocket Watch, let's going out.